he'll dive into a problem and like find a solution for it no matter what, like, or how hard it is. So that's my biggest inspiration right now. And like I said, I'm just been grinding lately, and I'm just trying to move up in the world.
If you have any part human, I believe you can get sick.
Okay.
Just in this.
Right,
Can you? Dang, now I'm thinking.
Mr. Beast, if you're watching this video, please give us a Ferrari to give away, and we will shout you out, even though we have like no people. What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the Bukucast, episode number 5. We're hitting you with a lot of these in 2020, and I got here with me once again, Jason over here.
Hey.
And a longtime person coming back, Mr. Teddy Donutson.
What's up? How's everyone doing out there, man?
Well, today on the Bukucast, we're going to continue talking about random topics as per usual. And I think we'll start off with, it's 2020. We didn't really get to talk too much about that last time. We kind of did. But I just want to know, what's everyone been up to since 2020 has started? And more so, if you haven't really been up to anything so far, what do you plan to be up to? So I know you guys want to, share your plans.
I can start it off. 2020 kind of started off pretty bad. I'm just tired. I've been working a lot. But, that's just the nitty gritty that I got to get through. And I'm most definitely looking forward to just making more money. Graduating. I'm graduating this year. And that's really it. Just see where the world takes me. I'm about to really step into the world. So
nice. You're just kind of going with the flow and it'll let it happen.
Yeah.
I like that. How about you, Jason?
So, I can't say it started off bad or started off great. I would say started off a little bad. Had some personal issues going on in the beginning of 2020, or towards the end of 2019, really, going into 2020. But I'm you guys know me. I'm a pretty positive person, so I really just try to just I try to stay optimistic and think positive. Work wise right now, everything's going really well. I'm just working a lot right now. It's just coming off busy season. I'm in the real world right now, so it's hard to find some time to do things, but it's good to have this free time and be doing this and get distracted from my actual job once in a while. They worked us pretty hard this past holiday season. But I can't complain. That's how you get money. That's why
he got that title. The CEO got that. He's on that list for a reason.
Yeah, and it's good. It's good. I'm just trying to get promoted and keep going up, moving up in that business world. It's my first full year working after graduating. So I don't know. I can't complain.
Nice, man. Well, for me, I'm
edumacated.
Educated.
That'd be about right.
For me, it's. Nothing really has happened since 2020 hit, but this kind of is a segue into the next topic. Do you guys have any inspiration when it goes into 2020 and beyond? Now, for me personally, this is gonna seem kind of hypocritical, I guess, or controversial because it's YouTubers that I'm talking about here. But I know most people are gonna think of a celebrity or someone in your life that you look up to. But no, 2 specific YouTubers. One I'm sure everyone has heard of. It's a classic YouTuber. I'm not gonna go too much into this one, but Nigahiga, he makes his videos still, and his videos are all about what he wants to do now. He doesn't conform to the trends. He doesn't do clickbait titles or any of that stuff. Most of it is what we're doing, what we're playing games with our friends and having a good time. And I know it's kind of hypocritical because you can be oh, but that guy's rich, he could do whatever he wants, he already made the money. And yeah, I get it, but at the same time, I want to do stuff like that and have fun with these videos. Second person, I don't know if you guys heard of this guy, Mr. Beast. Yeah. One of the biggest YouTubers. Man. 2019, he made 15 million subscribers.
Yeah. He gives out money and to people.
That's exactly what I wanted to talk about. So this guy is probably he broke what most people do. Most people do this for money. Most people do this for themselves and to be the next viral video and be someone who's now everyone knows who I am, so I'm gonna just use this fame to get stuff.
Yeah, so doesn't Mr. Beast actually could do these giveaway contests and stuff that on almost on all social media too, right? He'll do these little contests, give away money, prizes, all that stuff, swag.
Okay, in the past year alone, he's literally bought a house for a homeless dude.
Yeah, I've seen that.
He literally opened up a car dealership where he gave away free cars.
Free cars, yeah.
The guy took 4 random people and made them compete in challenges, and whoever won $1 million.
Won $1 million. You had to sit your hand on the $1 million.
So
it was cool.
Honestly, like, and he even works with like smaller YouTubers, and the biggest thing he did was, you know how the Amazon rainforest was like messed up the past year. He did like this fundraiser, and he brought together a bunch of YouTubers, and they did I forget what it's called, Project Trees or something like that, where every dollar you donated was a tree planted. It goes to this organization, and it's not like it's, you know, people are gonna be like, oh, this guy's fake, whatever. No, but like he genuinely shows what he's done, and I think they reached their goal by January 1st of 10 million trees planted. So like this guy alone, like his following, he didn't use it to get famous and like do stuff for himself. He did it to give back to people, and that's what I want to do. Not necessarily saying Gobuku is going to become a big channel or anything like that, but if for some reason it were to, you know, if we were to get big and we were to get money, even if me personally, like I'm into game development, I want to make games and make a lot of money. Once I get to that point, I love that. I love the positivity. I love giving back to people and seeing like people actually happy, you know, less fortunate people actually being happy. So like that's my inspiration for going into 2020. I mean, you guys got either any comments on that or any inspirations that, you know, you have?
Yeah, for sure. You know, just looking back, you know, I see a lot of things with Africa. You know, I'm black, so I kind of want to learn more about my people and where I came from. It's really hard, you know. No history lesson needed, but lately Akon and even the country of Ghana, they're accepting anyone who could come, like that has ancestry roots traced to Africa, could come to Ghana and get citizenship.
That's cool. Like
with no real hassle to it.
That's awesome.
So I want to see what that's about. You know, if you can even find any information, I'm probably not even from Ghana. But I want to see what can happen from that. And then Akon, he's really actually trying to give back to Africa. And I work for a solar company. He's like setting up solar panels and stuff over there and having them having cheap electricity so more resources and stuff could come through. So that's something I'm looking up to someone, and something that I'm looking forward to actually get into, because that might be important, you know. So
would you like, if you made a name for yourself and got a lot of money and stuff, that'd be like something you go for, like go to Africa and help people out? It won't even be Africa, honestly. I'll give back to like anybody. That's cool.
Honestly. Less fortunate.
There's less fortunate because like, you know, I'm from Essex County. You know, the homeless rates and crime rates and a lot of stuff is wrong, and I like want to help out as much as I can if I ever have that platform. Definitely. Yeah, man, like legit. I love positivity, man. Like you see so much negativity like in these days, and people like to make that the front headline of everything, but you don't see like that positivity, like the good things that happen. And like usually if something good happens, like there'll be like some negative thing that happens because of it, or repercussions because of like, oh, they wasted all this money doing this when they could have done something. Like I hate when people say that. Like I wish things could be more optimistic. I know that's like the real world, but
so touch base on like what both of you guys said, like the positivity thing. I'm all for it. In terms of like a lot of these YouTubers or even just people that have the resources to give back, like once you're making that much money and you're giving stuff away, I'm pretty sure it's just a simple tax write-off that you can get the money back.
Very much true.
So yes. You know, it's not so much like, I don't know if they're doing it so much out of the volition, out of their good heart. I want to believe that it is, just because I want to believe that there is good out there. But I'm all about like making the world a better place too, and I truly believe that. Like, I'm not a religious person, but I do pray from time to time, and every time I pray, I always pray that this world becomes a better place. So I think like if I definitely had the resources and the money to do it, I would definitely go out there and do all these like philanthropy events and stuff like that, be able to raise money for good causes. But I think what you were saying is more so like we're so reactive to a lot of the world problems instead of being proactive about them.
Yeah.
And I think we should be more proactive as a community, as a society. As a first world country, being able to give back to these other countries, or even start with our own country, because there's a lot of poverty here in America. There's a lot of things that we could be doing better as a society, but we do turn a blind eye to a lot of these issues, and I think that's the problem. Like, coming from where we are here and then going to school in Newark, New Jersey, like, you see a big change between just the culture, and it's just a culture shock. But even there, and I'm guilty of it too. We don't always have the time or anything to stop by and do things. Help. But Pete, we're part of a fraternity, and True. Part of our fraternity was, service. That was one of our 4 pillars, and I think we execute that perfectly. Very being able to do these community service things and being able to give back. But I do think we need to be more proactive as a society, in terms of inspiration or goals like that. I would say recently I just got a new manager at my job.
Okay.
And he's somebody who I look up to because he's a great manager. He's got great people skills, which I consider myself to have too. But the way his mind works is just unbelievable. It's like the man knows how to do things, and I think he's just got the experience from the background that he has. But he'll dive into a problem and find a solution for it no matter what, or how hard it is. So that's my biggest inspiration right now, and like I said, I'm just been grinding lately, and I'm just trying to move up in the world.
Facts.
So whatever legit. I can do.
That's hard to be a manager but still be respected. I know a lot of people who are in higher positions like that who people just cannot stand for their life.
Yeah.
That's
I think that's what makes it easier for me to go into work, is the fact that I have such a great manager for myself, and the people that I work with are awesome people. So it makes it a lot easier for me to go into work and not think about my schedule even.
Yeah. When I was the manager at Staples for a short stint of time, worst time of my life. And when I was like, I can't do this, and I'm going to step back and go to my old position, they hired a manager that was probably the dumbest person I've ever met.
Oh, my God.
To run a store, and it was just led to so many problems. And that led to me leaving. I'm just like, This is who you putting in charge? I can't be here.
Right.
Hey, man, sometimes that stuff trickles down. Actually, one thing that's interesting, my professor for my last class, this is more so for software development. I don't know if it trickles into other industries, but he was saying on average, a person is pretty much hired and they're always promoted to one step above what they are good at. So in other words, for specifically with programming, you can be an amazing programmer. You can be an amazing lead programmer. You'll know how to code stuff. You'll know how to solve a problem. But then the CEO or whatever of the company is like, hey, we see how good you are at this. We want you to be a manager. Now, it won't necessarily be that you're good at managing people. You might be good at being a team leader for that specific project, but you may not be good at managing a whole section of the company or something like that.
Makes sense. I get
So he said pretty much what he's seen in I think it's past 30 years of him being in software development, that every time he's been to a job, there's always that one manager up there that he knows is a very good programmer and very good at the job itself, but just isn't good at working and actually organizing people and stuff like that. So I don't know if you guys agree with that, but I can see that as a thing, especially in my field, because I'm going to be in software development. So that's something I'm definitely going to watch out for. And if in the future I would be offered a position higher than that, I would probably just stay as a lead programmer or something, because that's what I want to do. And that's one of the best things about even YouTube and stuff. I want to like what I'm doing. I don't want to do something that I hate. Yeah. Even if it were to pay me more, I know people are going to be like, yeah, you're going to take the higher paying job. Me, I have morals and stuff. I have stuff. I mean, some of the people in this group that I've cut ties with, because I just legitimately do not have the principles to hang out with them and stuff like that, because that's just who I am. If I want to do something, I will do it the way that I said I'm going to do it. But yeah, I mean, that was a crazy topic. We can get right back into that, but we're about halfway through the podcast already. Time flies in 2020. Can you believe that? But we'll be back after a message from our sponsors that are still non-existent. But if we do have sponsors, be sure your message will be read right here. And after the Hornswoggle halftime, which is coming up right now. So we'll be right back after the Hornswoggle halftime, guys.
Hornswoggle halftime.
And we're back from the Hornswoggle halftime. So, like I said, if you're a sponsor for this podcast, you will have your message read right here, right now. But send us an email below, and you might be a sponsor in the future. I want to switch gears. We were talking about real life, all this stuff. This is a question. This is random as hell. This is one of those questions that you're gonna be like, "What the hell? Why would you think of this?" Do you guys think that superheroes can get sick, and if they do, does it affect their powers in a weird way, much like us getting sick affects the way our bodies work?
Yes.
No.
And oh my God, we got two opposing. All right, let's go with Teddy over here. What's your reason?
I would say yes. If the superhero is from Earth.
From Earth.
If it's like an Earth-bound superhero, of course they can get sick, because all humans could get sick, and they're partial human.
Just to clarify, what I'm talking about is not like a superhero like Batman, who's like pretty much a human. I'm talking about more so like someone like Spider-Man who's been mutated or something. Yeah,
they could get sick. Okay. If you have any part human, I believe you can get sick.
Okay.
Just in this, can you? Dang, now I'm thinking. No, yeah, I'm gonna stick by that. I'm gonna say if you're like half human, half superhero, something happened to you, you can get sick. But if you're like from outer space and you come to Earth trying to mess with us, you can't get sick.
So like a Superman or something.
Yeah, Superman can't.
He wasn't born.
Yeah, Wonder Woman. Yeah, like that.
All right, what's your counter argument to that?
Well, they're superheroes. They're superhuman.
So superhuman.
Yeah, they're supposed to be superhuman. Yes, maybe they're a little part human, but they're superhuman. It's like, nothing. They should be almost invincible at that point. And like even like you're saying, even if they were sick or were to get sick, like would that give them some sort of defect in their powers? They should be able to control their powers and but. I just don't think they should be even able to get sick, because who else is supposed to save the day, or
Well, remember, what I'm saying is I'm saying sick. That could mean something totally different to them. It doesn't have to be the common cold.
Yeah, that's what I was basing off like that. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, then they have special sicknesses from their power.
Potentially it's a side effect.
Not,
a side effect?
Probably.
Yeah. Side
probably
effect?
Not.
I think they could get a side effect maybe if they use their power too much. Yeah.
Probably weakness and stuff like
weaknesses
they
and
feel
stuff.
weak. Okay, yeah.
Because you have Superman has kryptonite.
Kryptonite. True.
So,
kryptonite.
Well, I'm thinking the reason I brought this up is kind of I would want. The general question most people say is, what superpower would you want?
Yeah.
I was gonna say, let's say you had whatever superpower you wanted. I mean, for me, obviously it's gonna be super speed because of Sonic. But regardless, let's say I were to get sick and my super speed, because of that, maybe it makes something else get affected in my body.
True.
I don't know what it'd be. Maybe I think so fast that I overthink every single thing that's happening. I just think of every single possibility that can happen in a split second, and it just messes with my mind. They could be, but it could also be potentially something that's good, because maybe there's a very hard problem, or there's a super villain that's very smart, and I have to get through something that they just planted, and I have to think about every single thing. Regularly I would just brute force it, but with this new defect, quote unquote, it would actually help me to get through this problem, because I would think of every single possibility and figure it out the problem. So what I would say, what would be a superpower that you want, and what do you think your super defect would be?
I have the perfect answer for that, so I'll take that first.
Okay.
So I'm big into helping everybody out in the entire world. So my superpower, if I had to choose one, would be that I could heal or cure anything in the world. So that goes to sicknesses, viruses, STDs, even just with the touch of a hand.
So it's regeneration to the maximum power.
Right. But my defect would be, if I did it way too much, then I would either get these sicknesses, or it would just drain me so much that I would have to recharge back up or something like that.
Honestly, they would kill you.
Yeah.
Every government in the world would kill you
Yeah.
if you're out here curing cancer.
Yeah, if I'm curing cancer and stuff like that,
yeah.
Yeah, but then he can just cure whatever, unless they just shoot him down.
Yeah, they would just join forces. You know, cancer makes a lot of money. The treatment of cancer.
But I'm saying
it does, and I
treating all diseases.
To get I don't want to get into like society,
details,
government, and politics, but I do believe there is a cure for cancer.
Oh hell yeah!
And a cure for a lot of things out there.
Definitely.
But just because it gives them so much money out there, they're not giving out. There's
no money in the cure.
Yes.
But for me, my superpower would be. You guys remember the movie Jumper?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That. Yeah. And I would take the defect of how the people was trying to kill him. That would be my defect.
That would be your defect.
But if
you got a bounty on your head all the time.
But he was jumping into banks.
Yeah.
I could jump into a bank and no one would find me afterwards. Easily. He was trying to get with a girl. He did that all wrong.
He would use his powers for the wrong.
Yeah.
He'd be a villain.
I wouldn't be a villain.
You'd be a villain.
I would jump into a bank and take money.
And you'd be a villain.
I would take enough money to where I'll be situated and I can hop somewhere where no one will ever find me. And if they did, I had measurements to take care of all that.
Man,
I would be prepared. And if the people hunting me can't be my defect, if I jump too much in distance, if I jump too far, I just get weak and I won't be able to jump, and then that makes me slower.
So
and
you
people
just
try
can't
to
jump.
If I try to jump from New Jersey to Australia 3 times in a row, I'm gonna be too weak to keep jumping.
Joints.
It got to be good
His
short.
bones will get worse.
Yeah, something like that.
Got you. That's interesting.
Imagine that jumping into a bank.
Yeah, but then I could come cure you.
You could, and we
heal
could
you,
jump
and we could
somewhere.
just-
We'd be living life.
my
You could put me on your back, and then we could just rob banks together.
Yeah, but you wouldn't need to jump. I got the super speed to just get you through everything.
Oh, we're a crime syndicate.
Oh no,
we're more superpowers to being evil.
I think that's a good idea. All right, let me ask a question. A little bit.
Go for it.
If you had to be a supervillain or a superhero, which one would you choose and why?
Villain.
I would choose villain too.
That's tough, yo.
Villains are rich.
They are.
Besides for Batman.
But that's the thing. In supervillains, you never see anyone trying to take them down aside from the superhero. Most of the time, they're just living in solitude wherever they're at.
Exactly. Until they want to come outside.
I mean, when you say you're talking about you could have a superpower, you wouldn't just be a mastermind type villain.
No.
Is that what you're saying?
Anything, any type of villain.
Anything.
Yeah, I would be Joker with superpowers.
Yeah,
Joker is the most elite villain in the world.
Actually, I just saw Joker yesterday.
It's a great movie.
I just saw it last night.
And I think
I did not see it before. Otherwise, we would have done a movie review.
I've seen that movie about 10 times already since it came out. Yeah,
I've seen it twice.
I liked it. You know what's crazy? Because we were just talking on the last episode about origin stories. That kind of changed my mind because that entire movie is an origin story when you really think about it.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I liked it.
A little twist in it, but
there's a little bit of a twist in it. But I would say I guess this is kind of not really retconning, but more so just adding on to what I said last time. Origin story is fine if the movie's premise is about it. But if you're just wasting, because at first I was like, is this going to be half origin story? Because I was like, they're drawing this out really long. But then it just became interesting. And I'm awesome. Let me continue to watch this. I'm okay, so this is the entire premise of it. But just watching the first 30 minutes of the movie, I was like, all right, this is kind of what I was talking about at the Bukucast, where I'm like, oh man, they're just going to wait a little bit. Then they're going to transform. Then he's going to do his evil stuff. But no, it was actually the entire thing. And I like that.
It's a slow start.
And I can see where he's coming from too. Because I loved that they played up from his perspective how everyone mistreats him.
Yes. So I had my uncle who watched it and he was like, oh, I thought it was going to be a whole bunch of action. There was almost no action in there. But I liked the movie because like you said, you get a sense of pity for the Joker.
It's weird.
Which is weird. But the way it was just developed, everything, and I was just like, oh my God, why is it, why is there so much cruelty in this world? This guy went through so much.
But that's the thing, most people are those people who are just
the
making fun of that
bystanders
person.
or the people that are adding on to it, yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty sure we're all guilty of it at one point or another.
Yeah.
We said, that guy's like, what is he doing?
I'm
you know?
I'm not.
Okay.
I'm genuinely like a nice person. If I see someone like at the corner, like asking for change, if I got it, I'm
if you got it, yeah, I think so too.
Yeah. I'm not saying like
I'm
less
really
fortunate, but I'm saying like more so like maybe there's someone that like you're with a group of friends and then like you see like another group of people and you're like, damn, what are they doing? Like with
okay, yes. Okay.
Like it's just for fun. It's not like you're actually have any animosity to them. You're just making a quick joke with your friends about like that group of people.
And I'm a very sarcastic person, and or like sometimes like I'm an a-hole, but I try to be funny with it. But I know definitely there's people that I've come across that have taken my like personality the wrong way, or I've rubbed them the wrong way.
It's a perspective.
Yeah, it's a perspective thing. So I definitely have been on that end of the stick.
But that's kind of going back to what we were saying earlier about like how there is so much negativity in the world, and like there really should be more positive. Like, you know, that one thing that you might say to someone that you're just thinking as like a joke, it could potentially be like the turning point for that person. Yeah. So like before like you go and do that, it's definitely something to think about before you actually go and do it. You know, but at the same time, it's like that was a good movie, and it kind of changed my perspective and on how I view like movies as a whole now, because like that's like an artistic thing. Yes. Man. That movie was so artistic,
and it's definitely like an Oscar-worthy winning for Joaquin Phoenix.
Wasn't the movie awards recently? Didn't that happen recently?
I think so. I know the animated one did. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
So I know Toy Story won.
I'm not sure.
Toy Story.
Toy Story 4 won something.
That was horrible.
What?
Toy Story 4? No.
I loved it, man. Check out our review once again. I'm plugging it. This is the second time I'm plugging it.
Horrible.
I liked it.
I liked it too.
The last good, I don't even know the last good like kid movie I've seen. Like that was good. I seen Addams Family recently. I took my nieces to see it.
No joke. No joke. So my nieces come every like summer or something like that. Dude, I love Moana.
Really?
That's the movie they haven't got me to see yet.
Moana is awesome. They talk
about it all the time. I have yet to watch it. I still don't think anything could beat Frozen.
Frozen is awesome too.
I've seen Frozen.
Have you seen Frozen
Don't
too?
Talk to me about
No,
Frozen.
I didn't see Frozen.
Don't talk to me
I
about
haven't
Frozen.
seen it.
But the first time I seen, we gotta talk about Frozen real quick.
Frozen is awesome.
First time I
love
seen
it.
Frozen, it was in a actual like a film class I took in high school.
Oh.
She was like, watch Frozen and write a review on it, and just be like, think deep into it. It's not what you see. Frozen is a good.
It is a good movie, and the music is good too. I think.
Okay, I'll be honest. I think it's because I played it in Kingdom Hearts, man, and they butchered it to death and back, and it just was so annoying.
Oh, what? Do you want to build a snowman?
That one, and then they put the Let It Go song in there.
Let it go.
Oh no, we can't get copyrighted. I think if you just sing the lyrics now, they can copyright you. Which is crazy.
Come on, YouTube.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening.
Really?
We love you,
yeah.
YouTube.
Now the company will come and like get you for just even if you hum the melody of a song, they will legit copyright
any
your
song.
video.
Yeah, they just listen.
I mean, if it's a
what if I'm making a cover of it?
I mean, I guess if you're making a cover,
there's tons of covers online that's not being taken down. There's tons of like lyric videos that play.
Yeah,
it's more so for popular channels that like they know that has a lot of viewers. They're like, oh look, that's our song. We're gonna
and you just yank the song. Do they take down the whole video?
No, they don't take it. They basically what they do is they issue a copyright claim, not a strike, a claim, which basically means they get all monetization from that video.
Whoa!
Any ads that are on it go to them.
Whoa!
Instead of you.
What if like you have something like music playing in the background? You can't even have that.
No, not if it's copyrighted. That's true. You need to have a license for it.
So even like that's why the big YouTubers are so like particular who they like have edit. Probably.
There's also one that just happened. I forget the name of the YouTuber, but it wasn't for music. It was for a clip that they used of like a meme, and the company that apparently owns like the clip, they fined them $6,000 to basically remove the copyright claim. So the YouTuber, they were kind of big. They have about 1 million subs. It's like a boyfriend and a girlfriend that react to like Reddit stuff. And then basically they paid the $6,000 thinking the company's not going to bother them again. Then they got another claim. So now it's like in the past 2 days, it's like such a big blown up thing on YouTube. And it just shows that YouTube doesn't care because that's technically what they're doing. They're reacting to it. It's it's a transformative work. So you can't claim that. But YouTube doesn't care. YouTube is basically you're guilty till proven innocent, not the other way around.
Ooh.
That's the way it works. And I mean,
Wow.
I know we're uploading this on YouTube, so it's kind of counterintuitive that we're saying that. But at the same time, like, look, I'm going to speak out about it if it's bad, like, legitimately.
It's weird because I do have a video on my YouTube plug. Check that out. Peter Chapman on YouTube.
Come right there.
We're gonna put it up here. But it's a video I shot in high school with a couple of my friends, and I have like music in it, and I don't have the rights to it. But I've never gotten like an email stating it. So
if you
are they
go
only
to
attacking like the big dragons in the game?
Probably.
Or
If
they
you go-
not
get
caring
more
about my
views.
little 200
Not
views?
necessarily, because one of the videos we did on here, a few of them got claimed.
Wow.
That music. So, and we don't even have 100 subscribers, which is crazy. No, I'm thinking if you
Not
was to
yet.
go onto the YouTube like studio thing, you can actually check to see like what status the video has. It might be on there, but like they're so sly about it. Like sometimes they don't even email
They
you.
would tell you.
Yeah.
Wow. Because I think about like I don't know who's topping YouTube, but probably like PewDiePie. Is he still up there?
PewDiePie's up there. Mr. Beast is the biggest one
Mr.
right
Beast,
now.
that little kid who opens toys.
Yeah, the toy openers people.
Like if they make a lot of money off their YouTube channel, so if they have one little tap tip, and it belongs to someone. They come after them and they take the whole monetization of the video.
Of that specific video, yes.
Wow,
And
that's a lot of money.
if they try to dispute it, then the company can issue a copyright strike, which basically means you cannot live stream on your channel anymore. You have like some rights revoked in terms of what you can upload. And it's like stupid. Like
Wow.
YouTube just doesn't care for the little person. You know, they care for what makes the advertisers happy.
Not a big fan of YouTube anymore. I remember the post ad time.
Well, legitimately, YouTube was formed upon I think the tagline was like, create yourself or something like that, or be yourself or
Be
something
yourself,
like that.
Be
create
yourself,
something
create
like that.
something.
Yeah.
And then like
Broadcast yourself.
yeah, broadcast
Broadcast
yourself.
yourself.
That was the original logo of YouTube, and basically once Google bought them, I think it was 2008, 2009. That's when I think everything went. You know,
Come on, Google.
More
You're already listening to our phones and
Let's probably
stuff.
listen to these mics somehow.
Come
I mean, we're
on,
not even.
Google.
I don't even think this laptop's connected to the internet right now, and they probably are listening.
Oh man,
They have a way. Everyone's listening.
I love Google though. Google Chrome is amazing.
I mean, I hate getting
Google
back into
Chrome,
that
I
topic
would
here.
say, is my favorite browser.
I mean,
Um,
it's only, but now all those
But Safari is
browsers,
pretty dope.
all the browsers are using the Chrome back end anyways
Yeah.
now, so they're all going to become similar. Like I know
Wow.
Microsoft's new one. Surprisingly, Microsoft's new one is using Chromium, which is the background for Chrome. So
Wow.
yeah, like that's the thing. It's like if you don't go with the biggest company at this point, you're gonna get eaten alive. It's hard. The only
Yes.
company that I think is not like owning a bunch of stuff is Adobe. With Photoshop and Premiere and that stuff.
Well, they're staying centralized to
they
what they know.
get you though.
Yeah.
They get you.
They
Adobe,
do.
instead of like purchasing, well, this is smart. Instead of purchasing at one time, you had to purchase like Photoshop, Adobe Illustrator, you had to purchase it as
Individually.
a whole, and it'll be like $100 almost. So no one's really getting all those. A lot of people just get Photoshop.
Yeah.
Now they have it where you can do that, but you got to go to like a store. But if you go into the website, you buy like a subscription for it.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's $19 a month, and now you got Photoshop.
Yeah.
But you're gonna outpay that.
100%. You're
But
like
you're still gonna pay
but
that.
that's
But
the
you're still
thing.
gonna- yeah.
That's the thing. That's why that's the only reason they're still irrelevant,
Mm-hmm.
because like they're not owned by a bigger corporation, but that's how they're staying relevant, by getting money as like a regular thing.
increments.
Yeah.
Rather than just the one. Because if everyone just paid for it originally,
Mm-hmm.
then they're not making any money past that initial one.
Yeah, but I also see it like it's also convenient for the user and the buyer, because let's say like, you know, I'm gonna sell you like an Apple Watch or whatever at full price, the new Apple Watch, let's say, right, $500. But if I tell you that you can pay me $500 over, I don't know,
X amount.
50
months, 7
over
months.
50 weeks,
Yeah, something like that.
but you give me $10 a week,
Most people,
Yeah.
are gonna
most
do
people are
that.
gonna do that.
yeah.
I mean, think about how many people. I don't know if you guys do this. I don't. Think about how many people pay the minimum of their credit card because they don't want to pay it off.
Don't
Yes,
have credit
exactly.
cards. I don't have credit cards.
Oh, you don't have any?
I
I
mean,
refuse.
I have to have credit cards
I
because I
refuse.
need to buy me.
I just
a
want to
house.
build credit, so that's the reason. But I always pay it off. But I know so many people who pay the
Yeah.
minimum, and then you're getting caught with interest. But like you said, it's convenience. If I pay the minimum now, yeah, I'll have to pay more down the line. But who cares? I get what I
Yeah,
want now.
but the most people don't know is that if you pay the entire credit card bill, your credit score goes up.
Oh well, that's another benefit. I
I
guess.
have one established credit line, and
Oh,
it's
really?
when I bought my phone. and it was like from like
I have a lot
Gazelle,
of credit lines open.
and I did 1 month and I just paid it off. That's my only established credit line.
Yeah, legitimately,
I'm scared to get a credit card.
I'd much rather have, like, that's the other thing. Subscription things are taking over the world, man.
Yeah.
Like, you don't own anything anymore.
I was just thinking about that.
That's
just
one of the main
that.
problems I have, man. Is
Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus.
I don't want to
now.
pay 5 different things a year. I want to just back in the day with video games, I always bring it back to video games. You buy the console, you buy the game, you play what's on there, and you have a good time. Nowadays, it's you buy a console, you got to update the console. You buy the game, you got to install the game. Then after you install the game, more than likely you got like
updates and
5 gig patch that you got to wait for.
And then every update, it's like, yo, you have to have another free space
so
of 5 gigs.
That's
so then you got to buy
weird.
hard drives.
Yeah,
That's so weird.
external hard drive.
It was never like that. Like machines got better, but then it got more of a task to do.
Yeah.
Why do I gotta download a game I have the CD for?
I don't think you actually have to. If I'm being honest, from a software side of things, I don't think you actually have to.
Exactly.
They make you do it.
They make you do it. Yeah, that's what I'm like saying. Why do when I buy a game, I want to play it that instant. Why I gotta wait an hour or two?
Well, the game files are so big now that you have to download
They're big,
it.
but they can compress it if they wanted to.
If they wanted to, they could. But it's like, you remember when you could just pop in a disc into your PS2?
Like most of the first game I noticed that did that was GTA 5.
GTA 5 is long, dude. That game took forever to download.
Exactly. And that was the first time I noticed that did that. I'm like, dang, man, I'm playing 2K. I'm playing
GTA 5 was like 90 gigs.
I know you like this. You like getting digital games. I think that's another thing they want is for people to do that, so that way they're forced to buy external storage. Because if you buy, like, for instance, with the Switch is probably like the most primitive one. Not really primitive, but they have it back like to where it's you pretty much plug it in and you're fine. Yeah, you do have to download some stuff, but if you notice, if you try to put a Switch game in versus like a PS4 game, the Switch one's gonna be done faster. Yeah, because it's on a cartridge, and you see how small the cartridge for the Switch is.
Yeah, this small cartridge.
They can compress it if they wanted to. They just choose not to. And if you're
but the Switch itself comes with like what 4 gigs of.
It does.
So you have to buy the.
You have to buy the SD card.
The SD card.
That's true. I will say that.
They can't just give me the space.
That and just in general though, I'm just saying like I don't like where we're going with subscription based stuff.
Yeah.
I like to own what I buy. If I'm giving you money, I like to own the product, please. Like I don't personally. I don't have Netflix, Hulu, or any of that stuff. I mean, I have ways of finding the stuff I need to get. Not gonna say what it is, but
same.
All I'm saying is that. I personally think that if I'm paying you money, that I should get something in return that I own. Not saying, hey, I'm gonna give you some money, and I guess a year from now, whatever I just gave you that money for just disappeared.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But I think we have rambled on enough over here, guys. I know that we always get into this tech stuff, but it's just what we are. We're all about that in this generation.
We're talkers.
But I think it's been a very good Bukucast, the second one of 2020. Once again, I had Jason with me. Hope you enjoyed your time here today.
Oh yeah, always enjoy my time being here and being able to talk about interesting topics and getting like other perspectives here. Because I do respect you guys and your opinions and your minds, most of all.
I like hearing the input, man.
Yeah.
And we also had Teddy Donutson over here.
It's good to be back. Like you said, just expanding minds. I don't want to plug another like podcast or anything, but
go for it.
I've been watching a lot of Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Okay.
That guy's a genius. But it's like conversations he's having. It's like kind of sparking my mind to want to have those same conversations. So we can bring it and put it on camera for y'all to get some different perspective.
Yeah,
if he ever wants us to be on there, then feel free to hit us up.
Yeah, and I think this was a good podcast that we did here, a good Bukucast. And like just for the audience, like don't be afraid to go out there and like explore. Expand your minds, expand your perspective, and look at other people's perspectives, because really like that's how you like really start to make a difference here in the world, is when you start accepting other people's perspectives and starting to look at things from another way and respecting other people's opinions, because if you don't, then everything just goes to
I mean just because it's not your opinion, that doesn't mean it's right or wrong. It's something new. So better to expand it. But with that being said, that's a good way to end this Bukucast. I've been RZ. We had everyone with us today. We're going to be back with more Bukucast in the future. So be sure to check us out on YouTube. And I'm sure, if you're on YouTube, you're already subscribed. But if you haven't, be sure to subscribe below, click that bell, and like. And if you want, make sure to message us or email us, or we have our social medias on here. If you want us to talk about different topics, be sure to just let us know, and we will for sure talk about them. And you might be featured. You never know. Your name could be popped up right there or right here, wherever.
Be sitting next to me.
Yeah, I'm an open-minded person, so give me any topic in the world, and I'll talk about it with a free, open mind and no judgment at all. I'll even say this, like, if anybody starts subscribing and commenting and stuff like that, like the 50 people comment or something like that, we can give away some sort of prize, and I'll buy a prize or something like that.
I would
I'll
not
buy a
mind
prize
doing that,
also.
man.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the more, like I said, the more you get this channel out there, the more chance you have to get stuff. Not necessarily saying that you should subscribe to get stuff, but I mean, if you want new content as well.
Let's give away a Ferrari.
Maybe when we're as big as Mr. Beast's channel, sure. Mr. Beast, if you're watching this video, please give us a Ferrari to give away, and we will shout you out, even though we have no people. Anyways, this has been the Bukucast. I've been RZ, and this has been at the Gobuku Studios, and we'll catch you guys on the next one. See you guys later.
Bukucast gives away a Ferrari.